I've got big miners that look like this and sound like this. And then I got little miners like this cool guy, right? And I'm mining Kadena KDA. But what is Kadena and how can you mine it and why should you? That's what we're gonna break down today. By the end of this video, you will know what Kadena is and why you're probably gonna want to buy a Kadena miner. But make sure you don't buy or build the wrong one because Kadena mining is rapidly changing and evolving. My name is Vosk, on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, in my humble opinion, the best mining YouTube channel ever. Let's jump into another video. As always, huge thanks to our CKO, and that's not our Chief Kadena Officer. Settle down. That's our Chief K9 Officer, Tails, who owns the VoskCoin YouTube channel and employs your boy. Another disclaimer, I love mining, okay? So this stuff gets me thrilled, to put it simply. So let's just kick it off with a little bit of what is Kadena? Okay, like what is KDA, sir? Well, KDA, I'm glad you asked. So this is their pitch. Safer, smart contracts, no-cost transactions, energy, efficient at scale, industrial scalability, proven security. Okay, and so what exactly do they do and want to do here, right? So it's a blockchain, actually multiple blockchains. They are building a platform. Other projects, tokens, crypto infrastructure should be and is being built out on top of it. DeFi, decentralized finance, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, payments, interop and relays, engineered for real-world use, governance, right? And they're pumping $100 million into their ecosystem. So if you have anything to kind of build here and bring to market, then Kadena could probably get you some funding to get that rolling. One thing of interest, and I'm not just talking about this cool Game Boy Advance, okay, GBA. I'm talking about CADEX. It's the evolution of DeFi on Kadena. It's bringing decentralized finance, which is decentralized trades, right? And many other things, yield farming, deploying your capital, earning money with your money, right? Earning crypto with your crypto. Gas-free DEX. Yeah, it's decentralized exchange, my friend. Obviously, it's just like a take on Uniswap, right? The most popular, or first mover at least, decentralized exchange there. But Kadena is not just an EVM, Ethereum virtual machine clone, right? This is their own infrastructure. So this is a very big deal and big development. And this is kind of a fun, simple but kind of active background. I do like this branding overall. It's very crypto, purple, Kadena, spacey, and all that. So that's the quick background on Kadena. But let's start talking about how to mine it. Kadena has been mined for years, and the way that it was originally mined actually really turned me off to Kadena. And that is one of the main reasons why I basically didn't build up a big enough Kadena bag, fortunately. So FPGAs, field programmable gate arrays. They're like graphics cards on steroids that are also bad. They don't listen to you. They're a lot of upkeep. In my opinion, FPGAs are miserable to set up, operate, maintain, get the best bit streams. The dev fees are almost always super high or just expensive to get into. For example, here is a Kadena license. How about a cool 10% fee? Here's another one, 15% fee. And yeah, basically FPGAs have proven to be one of the worst investments ever when it comes to mining as opposed to any other cryptocurrency mining hardware. However, the game has changed. Okay, look behind me in the background. That is not just the VoskCoin pixel art, but you see some ASIC miners there in the middle. On the bottom shelf, application-specific integrated circuit miners. These are purpose-built machines. And sometimes, depending on the mining algorithm, this is the evolution of mining. So ASICs are better than FPGAs for mining, normally. Okay, and what happens is, long story short, ASIC miners have taken over as the best mining hardware you can buy to mine Kadena. Okay, so now in this era of crypto mining, right, we have like the goldshell KD6, we have the IB-Link Kadena miners. There are some other people trying to make their own Kadena miners, but they don't have a proven track record, and they are most likely going to do terrible and be a terrible investment. But as always, time will tell, and time will tell you that I will be here next year, but some others won't. But basically, my takeaway here is that you need an ASIC miner to mine Kadena efficiently and thus profitably. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the mining aspect, and then I'll walk you through the basics of setup here. And then we'll run through some of the top hardware options, but some critical information that may delay you from buying a miner, and yet that will make it a better investment. I'll explain all of that here shortly. So let's just fast forward and say you picked a piece of hardware. In this example, I'm going to use the goldshell KD6. It's the best Kadena miner that you can get right now. Okay, so you need to log into your router or use some kind of IP scanner like Fing. Okay, you need to get that IP address. I plugged it in, and this is the IP address that it gave me. But it's on and it's mining profitably. But hold on, I skipped 2 steps. Electricity, internet, right? These things don't have Wi-Fi support, at least some of them don't, some do. And I'll elaborate that here in a second. But all of them can always be ran on Ethernet, which is basically hardwired internet. You just plug it into the front of the device. Okay, then you also need a power cable. That power cable, right? That just plugs into the power port. However, the KD6, the KD5, the IB-Link Max miners, and the BMK1s, all these different crazy model names, they all have built-in power supplies. And these built-in power supplies are rated for 220 to 240 volt electricity. That means that you need a proper electricity setup. You can't just plug this into a normal US wall outlet. You will fry the device. These are expensive miners. You will be very upset. You will be in for a bad time. Watch our electricity guide and our how to set up an ASIC miner video if you're totally new to this. But the quick, simple, dirty version is plug it in and you're done. But you got to make sure you have the proper electricity there to support it. So we've logged in. Let's lock the device. When you first log in, it will be locked. The password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we click unlock. We're in. Make sure you're on English. Oh, if you speak English, you click on miner. Okay. Most miners nowadays have removed all of the overclocking, customization options, whatever else. Like the big option you get here is you can make the light blink on it or not. That's it. And that's an extra link that basically helps you alert this miner is the one you're looking for if you have several devices next to each other. It mines but just one coin, Kadena KDA, which uses the Blake 2S mining algorithm. From here, you can input some pools. So I personally had the best experience and the highest mining profitability using DXPool. You can also click our link down in the video description below to support the channel, and we are hoping to bring some discounts to miners that are signing up with DXPool. We've contacted them to see if they would be able to pass along some savings to our subscribers. TBD though, you obviously do whatever you want to do. You click this and it'll input Kadena. But if you're in the United States, let me tell you a cheat code, okay? -US. That's it. There is a US stratum that they have made that is a better way to connect your miner to their server. This will lead to less rejected shares. Rejected shares is basically your miner mining and it's not doing it effectively and you're not being compensated for it. So if your rejection rate is say 3% and you get it down closer to like 0, your mining profits, your mining potential, you were earning 97% of what you potentially could have been earning. Now you're earning 100. It's a no-brainer. You want to get your rejections down. You do have to make a username or an account with DXPool. So mine's just VoskCoin, right? And then it's .worker name. So this would be KD6, password anything, for example, 123. You could also use something like F2Pool, but they don't have a username set up for this. You need to use your Kadena address. You click add, you move the one to the top that you want to mine with, and you're done. Again, very easy, very simple. As far as setting up an account, you click the link, click, and you're pretty much done. What's very cool about DXpool is the wallet tab, and in the wallet tab you can hold your coins in there until you get an address set up. You can pause withdrawals. For example, Kubecoin stopped accepting deposits for a period for Kadena. I paused my auto withdrawal and just let my coins bank up on DXpool, and then I re-enabled it, and all my coins were paid out, good to go. Another cool feature that really helps for at least me when I'm making different miner reviews and stuff like that is you can create sub accounts very easily on here. It doesn't make it a nightmare to deal with, whatever. So I've got 3 on here right now because I've got 3 different Kadena miners I'm testing. So I've got the KD6, I've got the KD6 SE on VoskCoin 2, and then I've got the KD Box Pro on VoskCoin 3. So I get clear, just mining profitability readouts, data here. We can see my different days down here, how they break down, my shares, my reject rate, my percentage, and how many coins I profited, right? And all of this data breaks down with all of these different miners and these different sub accounts. This is especially useful if, like, let's say you're hosting a miner for a friend or something, and you want to monitor their profits from your same account, right? You only have one login, but you click over here and you just go to the other ones. So that's a great tool. The other cool thing is you can also set different withdrawal addresses in your sub accounts. So you can have 2 automatic withdrawals every day between account 1 and account 2, and they can go to different addresses. Another thing you would never know about Kadena, if you're looking at, say, like the CoinGecko listing and you would look at the markets, right, is that Kadena is trading on the Crypto.com app as well. And the coolest thing about trading Kadena on there is you get $25 free if you use your boy's code. That's VoskCoin. But in all seriousness, it is a great way to just add more exposure to the coin and make it easier to get in and out of not only dirty dollars, right? But you can trade your Kadena for a bunch of other cryptocurrencies. But you ready for the sad kicker? Yeah. See you later, US citizens. You don't get to trade. It's available for everyone but you. So yeah, I'm headed back to Kubecoin and Bittrex. Right now, Kadena is ranked 145 out of all cryptocurrencies when ranked by CoinMarketCap per CoinGecko. And right now the coin's having a rough time. Its value, the market cap here, is at $300 million. Keep in mind that their 24-hour trading volume right now is $63 million. And they're literally pumping $100 million into their ecosystem. Personally, that screams undervalued to me. Not necessarily in the short term. When I look at Kadena, I look at it as personally one of my medium-term and long-term bets. Short term, I'm actually pretty bearish on most cryptocurrencies, but that's okay. I play the long game. I've been here over 5 years. I'm going to say that again in 5 more years. So what do I do with my Kadena, right? So you can download the Kadena wallet. There's some other things you can use and whatever else. In this kind of market condition, personally, I'm mining my Kadena coins right into my Kubecoin account. I've also successfully mined them right into my Bittrex account. And you may be thinking, especially if you've been around in crypto for a bit, Bittrex, you still use that exchange, you loser? Yeah, I don't. Obviously, I'm not a loser. But they actually do support Kadena, and their deposits are open, and they actually do a surprising amount of volume on Kadena, especially for me, right? So 400,000 in volume. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. At least for Bittrex. We look at the volume on Kubecoin, $18 million. We look at the volume on Hotbit, another alternative, especially for US citizens, about $270,000. And they also have another pairing down here at $145,000. Kubecoin has a secondary Bitcoin pairing that did almost $1 million in volume over the last 24 hours. So let me just, break it down real straight and simple, right? And we have referral links for all of these exchanges. So if you haven't used them, you do sign up, please use our links. But yeah, Kubecoin's great, especially for US citizens. It gives me access to trade so many different cryptocurrencies. Something you have to be very active with, especially just as a miner, right? So I mine my coins right in here and I can trade them if I want to do so. I've used Hotbit successfully as well. This is not an exchange I ever leave my coins on longer than I have to per their, withdrawal, 24-hour limits and stuff like that. Hotbit has been hacked and it has come back after being hacked. Kubecoin has also been hacked and come back after being hacked. Bittrex, I don't remember, nobody really cares, but again, they're still around, they're heavily regulated. I wouldn't really lose too much sleep about having my coins on Kubecoin or Bittrex. As always though, it's best to download your own wallet and become your own custodian of your coins. But I mine, 50 coins, it seems like. And it's tiring having 50 wallets and full nodes and whatever else. So sometimes I do take the lazy route. Sometimes I like to have my coins in an exchange and I can make moves, right? If things are dumping, I've been selling all my Kadena on this downtrend. I've been selling it the whole way down. Sell. Because we've been trending downwards. I'm selling into Tether and I'm going to buy back in when I feel like we're at the bottom. It's not financial advice. You do whatever you want to do, but don't be feeling like you're mining $100 a day if you don't realize those gains. You're just mining $100 worth of Kadena at those previously higher prices.
Hey guys, it's Miss Vosk here to tell you about our video sponsor, Kubecoin. Kubecoin is a cryptocurrency that's built on Cardano, and their goal is to revolutionize the travel and leisure industries. One way they want to do this is by allowing cryptocurrencies to be a form of payment in the real world. The project also intends to launch an NFT marketplace where NFT holders will also receive additional perks. Kubecoin's ICO will be launching next month, and users can join by visiting their website, which is linked out in the video description below. As always, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before investing.
You can also use Trade Ogre. This is, the underground's favorite exchange. I've always had a good experience using Trade Ogre, except the one main issue is just that the order books are always thin, and it's a low volume exchange. For example, they've only done $3,000 in volume in the last 24 hours. So when you deal with low volume exchanges like this, you're going to be hit with a lot of slippage, right? The low liquidity, you're basically going to lose potential gains, right? It's gonna be harder to sell, whatever else. The buy book only goes down to 0.14 BTC here, and the sell book is only here at 13,000 KDA, and normally it's just loaded up down here at very low price points. Per Kadena's white paper, they have a very simple mission here. Chainweb, Kadena's layer 1 public blockchain protocol, is a braided, parallelized proof-of-work consensus mechanism that improves throughput and scalability while maintaining the security and integrity found in Bitcoin. What that references is basically they want to be a scalable Bitcoin, right? With layer 1, layer 2, be a platform, build on it. And they're very proud that they had a live network expansion from 10 to 20 chains in 2020. They have been building for years, okay? So that's really all the information that you need to know to get started of what Kadena is, how to mine it, some tips and tricks, how to be able to buy more, take profits, try to shelter yourself from either, a down market or jump in as things are skyrocketing up before they completely take off. Now we enter the question of, what Kadena miner should I buy? How much does it cost to get started? Okay, so the cheapest miner that you'll be able to buy would be the goldshell KD box. This is the best cheap miner you can buy, as far as Kadena mining goes. Kadena hit a huge stride, okay, over the last year. Kadena traded all the way up to $27. That's like a 15x from current prices. So if you bought in and it just in the future goes to its previous all-time high, doesn't even hit a new one, just touches the old one, that's a 15x. Those are pretty impressive returns. Anyone who doesn't agree with that is just jaded, made too much money or something. Like that's something to be very happy about. Okay, but because of that, and because Kadena is still, it's gone down 71% in the last 30 days. A lot of cryptocurrencies have been suffering in the last month at the time of recording this video. We're still dealing with the lagging price in Bitcoin miners, and that's that critical information I wanted to tell you. I hope you stuck along this long in the video. In my opinion, it is not, at the time of this video being posted, the time to buy a Kadena miner. We will see all miner prices continue to trend down. But my Kadena miners are not something I'm selling. I'm not trying to get out and then buy back in later, whatever. My Kadena miners that I own, I am very happy to keep plugged in and just stack up KDA And this is something I'm going to look back on in 3 years. Oh yeah, I'm going to smile. Obviously, as they say, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future. But the fortune favors the bold, right? And people who hold long-term in cryptocurrency have all done very well, simply put. So there are the box miners. There's the KD Box and also the KD Box Pro. 2 miners we have had, 2 miners we have reviewed. There's the KD6, which is the biggest and best miner you can buy right now. I'm still waiting to see the new Ivy Link miner, the BM K1 Max Monster Beast Behemoth, which will then become the big bad boy when it comes to Kadena mining. Obviously, you can just jump on eBay and you can try to buy some of these, right? Goldshell has these miners come in and out of stock. They saw how much these miners were going for secondhand, so they raised their prices. Kind of sucks, but that's really just the way it goes. The market dictates the price. These things do not cost $5,000 to make. They're making them for hundreds of dollars and they're selling them for thousands of dollars. Again, sucks, that's the way it goes, but still money-making opportunities. Big thanks to Big Sky ASICs for helping supply us with some of our Kadena miners. Another big thanks to Coin Mining Central, who also helped supply us with some of our Kadena miners. They are both resellers of Kadena miners. They can help you buy a Kadena miner that's in stock if you don't see something you want on eBay. And more specifically, if you're looking for a new miner as opposed to probably buying a used miner. Some will be new or labeled as new and barely used, whatever. But just make sure you understand, what you're doing, what you're dealing with here. The KD6 is still very profitable, but it's not worth that super high price point that these have been trading at, because right now over the next year, you're only projected to make $10,000, which is a very impressive sum of money. But it's down significantly. If we take the oldest price point here, just a few months ago, several months ago, it was making $194 a day, or at least projected to, right? But then these things actually kind of hit the market, making around $100 a day. But then Kadena price really started slipping. Okay, so again, it sucks. It's just kind of the way it goes. When you deal with mining, miners can go up in price, especially if the coin's going up in price and that profitability is high, or it's a new efficient design that is just very profitable. The good thing for Kadena is that these ASIC miners have been being built out for years now. We're starting to get to very efficient designs. Future improvements are less likely to be exponentially better, which means that buying hardware now is likely to be longer lasting. If you buy, for example, the first ASIC miner that comes out on a coin, right? Like the first Bitcoin ASIC miner compared to current generation Bitcoin miners, they are an absolute world apart. And as we progress in that timeline for Kadena, which is many years behind Bitcoin in, say, ASIC miner research and development, right? The further along we progress, the more likely current gen hardware is going to be profitable for a longer time. To, try to summarize that in a quick way. I'm really excited for Kadena long term. Kadena mining is going to be a key piece of my mining farm, rooted in Bitcoin mining, but specific offshoots into proof of work mining, right? Mining coins that back proof of work. For example, Kadena, Nervos Network CKB, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, unless they falter and try to move away from that because the developers seem to know as much as they look like they know. At the end of the day, mining is an incredible way to earn passive income and add another income stream to your life. Remember, the government's going to tax you, and then they're going to send you bills that you pay with tax money, and they're probably going to fine you and penalize you, hit you with other wealth taxes and everything else in between, all while they're printing as much money as they want to. And yeah, basically, if you don't go above and beyond to try to earn a lot of money, you're just not going to have that much, because they really siphon a lot away from you. That's really a subject for another day. And I don't mean to close out so depressing. My point really is hopefully motivational. And I'm not trying to show this or push you into this. I don't care if you buy anything or buy Kadena or whatever else. I'm not sitting on huge Kadena bags. I have a couple Kadena miners, right? I'm very clear about everything I have and I'm doing here. For me personally, the big takeaway is that I'm excited long term. I'm bullish long term. And, it's by, creating a plan based on good fundamentals that makes sense and sticking to it. That's how you make plays. That's how you make big moves. The other people that are making big moves are the ones subscribing to this channel right now and commenting, letting me know what miner you want us to give away next. We've got some exciting giveaways in the pipeline, so you better stick with me. It's going to be fun. Regardless of market conditions, I'm going to be here, but many other people on crypto YouTube and whatever else are they're going to disappear. So I hope you don't disappear. As always, thanks for watching. Seriously, VoskCoin is nothing without its community. And if you're still watching this video at this point, I really want to just thank you. You are a key piece of this community. And yeah, that's all I got. I hope I will see you tuning in tomorrow.